You felt it. That specific tired after a long flight. Puffy eyes, dry throat, a vague headache, skin that feels 10 years older. You blame the time change, the bad sleep, the cheap coffee. But something else was happening. Something built into the plane itself. Nobody explains it before takeoff. Let's start with what you're breathing. At cruising altitude, 35,000 feet, the air outside the plane is deadly. Too thin to breathe, too cold to survive. The plane takes outside air, compresses it, warms it, and pumps it into the cabin. The result is breathable, but nothing like the air on the ground. 3 things are happening to you. You don't feel them while they're happening. The first is oxygen. Cabin pressure isn't equal to sea level. It simulates air at 6,000 to 8,000 feet, about the altitude of Aspen, Colorado. At that altitude, blood oxygen drops. For a healthy adult, the drop is small, but it's real. Your brain functions slightly slower. Your reaction time drops. Your heart works a little harder. 2 hours, no one notices. 14 hours, everyone feels it. That's the low oxygen part. The second thing is humidity. Cabin air is bone dry, around 10 to 20% relative humidity. For reference, the Sahara sits between 20 and 40. Your plane is drier than a desert. Your mucous membranes depend on moisture. Eyes, nose, throat, lungs. In dry air, they crack and stop working. The coughing person next to you is more dangerous than the same cough in a cafe. Your first line of defense has been sanded down by the environment. The third thing is pressure itself. You know how chips look puffy on a plane? The same happens inside you. Gases in your intestines expand. Your ears pop. Tissues in your face swell subtly. You feel bloated, foggy, drained, even if you slept. Now the number that ties it all together. On flights longer than 4 hours, blood oxygen can drop 4 to 10%. Cabin humidity averages around 12%. Cabin pressure equals gaining and losing 8,000 feet in a single trip. Low oxygen, low humidity, cycled pressure. Not what your body evolved for. Not once in 300,000 years did anyone breathe air like this, until commercial flights became normal. Then it became your Tuesday afternoon. Here's the twist. Airlines could make the cabin denser, more humid. They can. It exists. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner is pressurized lower, holds more moisture in the cabin. Passengers land measurably fresher. But it costs more. On most planes, comfortable versus breathable is a business decision, not a physics one. What you're breathing isn't the best air the plane could give you. It's the cheapest air that keeps you alive. For frequent flyers, pilots, crew, corporate travelers, this stacks up. Studies link long-term cabin exposure with chronic fatigue, elevated cardiovascular strain, not from any one flight, from all of them over years. The next time you land, stumble off the jet bridge feeling half dead, you'll know why. You weren't tired. You weren't jet-lagged. You were breathing thin, dry, cycled air designed to hit the absolute minimum required to keep you conscious. And your body, quietly, was keeping the receipts.